Thank
Do you
you.
know who cut the trailer?
Yeah, that's a bit of a story. We had uh the director gave a stab at doing a version of it, and
You talking about Mike
Gravitas
Ho?
didn't love it. What's that?
Mike Ho?
Mike Ho, yes, he's
Yeah,
our editor.
yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yep.
He edits all of his stuff
Shout out
generally,
to
but
Mike
never
Ho.
has done an entire movie.
Hmm.
And that was sort of my wish for this. I really didn't want to involve a third person, an editor, if they weren't going to be on set, hearing the conversations, hearing the
Yeah.
intentions behind the shots. And we had really shot
Oh,
ourselves into, a box a lot of times too. We didn't do coverage on this movie. Not one shot looks like
what?
the other. No coverage. There's one scene where
Impossible.
oh, it's so beautiful. Exactly. It's so beautiful. If you're just a fan of
Oh my
DPs
goodness.
and creative cinematography, you're going to love this movie.
Okay.
Um, but so we shot really quickly, and I have been working with Bentley Kyle Levins on his many, many shows for Bounce TV over the years. And
Mhm.
one thing that he does really well is he plans. And then he shoots like a maniac because he knows that actors, we actually, once we're on in the zone, so to speak, we can go really quickly. We're in the character. We have these lines. We can be more natural. Um, and so that what takes a lot of time is all of the pausing and the stopping and the resetting up for new shots. And then the actors are out of their flow, and you just add so much time. And so what we do with Bentley is we rehearse for probably a week on three entire weeks of episodes, and we just say
Mhm.
them a bunch, and we do blocking, and we just kind of get it in our body. And that way, on the day, we shoot probably. I think, oh my gosh, I'm not going to lie to you. I think we shoot 42 scenes a day. Um, and we can do as many takes as we
Like a
want. It's
soap
not like,
opera.
okay, get it done. That was it. We can't go. You can go as many times as you want, because if you think about it, just saying 42 scenes in a row is doesn't take time, right?
Yeah.
It's all of the stuff in between. And that's how we shot Persona as well. It was trust your actors, trust the cameraman and your DP to know where to go to. Oh, I have to shout out Daniel. Please look this up for me, Papa Bear. He is our first camera operator.
Mhm.
And he
First
literally
AD.
came to me the first day and he said, let's dance. Let's just dance.
Yeah.
And he meant it. When I moved, he moved. He countered me. Like like he was crying in scenes that I was crying in, because as a camera operator, he was in it. He was not a third wall or fourth wall. He wasn't glass. He was a body emoting with me. And because of that, we could shoot so fast. We didn't have to readjust because I turned here. He felt I was going to turn, and he
Hmm.
turned with me, and he caught it. And it's more alive when you're moving. So, you know, uh, yeah, our DP, Anthony Kimata, had a great team, and he's the one who sort of got Daniel, but Daniel also was amazing. So,
It's an amazing
yeah,
experience right there.
it,
Yeah.
it
But Chris,
was.
I wanted to take it back to just one last thing was
Oh,
I
please.
think yeah earlier I think you were mentioning this idea of people commenting on your work, and you get to hear what they say
Hmm.
behind
Hmm.
your back kind of thing. And
Hmm.
we've had some of these experiences, and I think about at the end when it's done, you talked about it being a thriller with a splash of horror. But
Yeah.
when you splash something in there that someone likes, especially in the industry, right? Horror sells. There's a whole, audience that is just voracious for horror.
Yeah.
So when you have the splash of horror and someone senses the blood in the water, then they might want you to change things in order to
Mm.
be more horror. So things that I think about when you said at the beginning, you have this woman, you see her in this room, and she's not fully clothed. Her bits are covered. Well, I
Mm.
can imagine that you heard some people say, well, can we reshoot that and just uncover her bits? Right. Or I
Ah.
know you
Or her
did this
kibble.
scene where she, exactly. I know you did this scene and she was bleeding from here, but can we get a little more blood splatter? Did you get any
Mm.
of that because you were kind of straddling the line a little bit between thriller and horror?
You know, it's so interesting. I would have thought that that would be the stuff we got, but no, we didn't get any of the, it should be more horror-y. People liked where we landed with the, because we tried really hard not to do jump scares, like scares for no
Okay.
reason. The horror is in there because there is a psychological element to what is going on to these women, and you can be trapped in a house of horror or trapped in horror in your mind, and I don't know that you would know the difference. And so that's
Mhm.
where the horror comes from. And we just wanted it to be a real element. And we didn't get any pushback from that. Um,
Perfect.
we spent a lot of time with those elements that you're talking about, how much blood. We tried to do everything practical because post work costs money, but it also, as we've talked about, is just not quite as real. You know, it's getting close. AI's almost got you, but
Right.
no, it's not the same. And especially when you don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to have the top AI artists,
Yeah.
you really need things to look good, real, and right away. And so I had the honor of working with, again, I hired women and people of color that are so supremely talented, but they're just not normally thought of for these positions. And one of them is a woman named Megan Graves, and she has been doing beauty makeup on women of color forever because she's fabulous and a woman of color, and she can do that. Um, but no one really trusted that she could do SFX and that she could do guts and gore and
Mm.
cuts, and she loves that. And so we gave her that opportunity, and she just hit it out of the park. I mean, we had very little VFX to do because everything was so real and great. And she had such a gentle touch with it too. It was really interesting. I've worked in with gore before, but it was different having, you know, her touch on it. It really changed the way that I felt about the wounds and stuff. Like she came at it from a place of she would ask me, okay, if he grabbed you like that and squeezed, like where would his fingers be and what would it really hurt and why would that hurt you? And then she would design the cuts around that. So it was interesting. And she was a huge help in making the horror really real.
Look really
From
real.
you know, from the distributor, the only things that we got comments on were the posters and the uh, trailer. They had no notes on the movie, which was wonderful. I won't say that that's because every single person who saw it was like, oh, this is the best movie ever. It was a really strange mixed bag. Like, in general, men of color watch the movie and think it is one of the greatest movies they've ever seen. This is a strange
That's
demographic thing.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
men of color really get this movie and really love it. Women who like true crime and anything like that love the movie, but in a very
Okay.
different way. They want to have deep conversations about it. They see it as a psychological thing. They want to, you know, see it with other people and talk about it. And I found that movie fanatics and other genre or other demographics like don't get it at all, don't
Hmm.
understand the movie, and I don't really know what, because I haven't had like one overarching we don't like this or we don't get this, but in general they're very like meh, okay. And then you'll have someone, like I said, from one of those pockets of people that are just like, oh my gosh, this movie changed my life, this movie is so good, I can't believe it, it's so beautiful, it's so creative. And that is one of the main things I learned being more of a business person, listening to the conversations, is it's okay if everyone doesn't like your art. You have to find the people who
100%.
really love it and then maybe try and understand what they love about it and try and gear what you're going to make next to sort of, you know, go in the same direction maybe or in a different direction. But just to understand it and to appreciate that then when someone in a different demographic says something, take that with a grain of salt.